Hey everybody, let's do today just off the cuff. I have no idea what I'm going to talk about, no idea what I'm going to say, so let's just go. Welcome to Wait a Minute. My videos, my thoughts, and I'm sharing them with you. So here we go. You guys are on the way, you're with me on my way to my crazy doctor, and yeah, he's doing wonders because I'm not near as crazy as I was. Yes, I am, just a different kind of crazy. So anyway, hey, life is pretty good. It really is. I have to say, in the past, however long, lots of cool things have happened. Lots of things that maybe don't seem like anything to anybody else, but to me, they're like a good part of my day. You know, like almost got stuck, but then I didn't, and almost this other thing happened, but it didn't, and you know, like there's a lot of our days are filled with almosts. And to be honest, I almost die every once in a while. I almost win every once in a while, and I almost lose every once in a while. I mean, there's a lot of almost, and they're not all bad, not all good, just almosts. And so let's talk about almost for a minute. In my life, I've had many almost. I've had almost, almost die, almost, whatever, just these fun times, not so fun times. And I've had, good things, bad things, whatever. Sorry, I got a little bit stuck there for a second, so I was paying attention to that. You guys are with me for the duration, so let's just live real life, okay? Yeah, I had to stop in a bad place, so I couldn't get out. All right, spun a lot too. I won't say I could. I almost got stuck. Woo, almost. See that? That was almost good. Almost. You got your whole life is almost. You almost. I almost graduated, and then I went to night school and all that other stuff, and I do have a diploma. But I almost graduated at high school, but didn't. I almost died, but didn't. I almost this, that, and the other thing. You can do that in your own life. Put that in your own head right now. You almost, and go through the bad things, go through the good things, but don't stop on the bad thing. Stop on a good thing, okay? I almost, whatever, I almost was homeless. Different things like that, I almost lost my son once in a car accident. That would be older Christian. He was, him and his band were going to a concert. They're going to do a show. I think it was in, I don't know, Ann Arbor or someplace. And they were almost to the venue, like a block away or something like that, but real close anyway. And they went through this intersection, and a drunk driver came through the red light and broadsided them in their little minivan. And they almost got hurt. They almost could have been killed. There's a lot of things. They almost got killed. They almost got, damaged and broken and whatever else. But nobody was hurt. They all came out without a scratch. I mean, I'm sure they were bumped and bruised a little bit, but I mean, for all intents and purposes, they all came out without a scratch. We almost lost my kids that night. Almost lost the band that night. And they almost didn't do the show that night, but they did. They drove that van smoking with a wheel wobbling, whatever else, the rest of the way to the venue, pulled into the venue, and it was done. They couldn't drive it anymore, but they drove it to the show because you know what? The show must go on. They almost had to cancel, but they didn't. I'm really proud of that moment. They did so amazing. That was so cool. I'm saying a lot. Sorry, I got a lot on my mind. But there's so much almost. We almost lost hope in 2020. We almost, I almost lost my mind in 2018. A lot of things, so you can put almost in a lot of places. But I just wanted to say that, you can focus on the things that were bad. I almost made it, or I almost whatever. Or you can focus on the good things. And all the times that you were rescued, all the times that there was a little nudge, a little protection, a little something. I was just talking to a friend of mine recently. I hadn't seen him in a really long time. I love that kid so much. I mean, he's not a kid. He's 27, but he's a young man, and he was one of my kids a million years ago. But we were talking and about different things and all the almosts that happened. Like, he almost got killed. He hit a tree, and it could have ruined his life. He almost ruined his life, but God had his hand on him. Even the policeman that was first on the scene said he was really lucky. Somebody up there was looking out for him, and somebody was, because there's no way he would have lived through that the way it happened. I guess the dashboard on the passenger side was all the way in the back seat. Had been pushed in that far, and somehow he managed not to get crushed on the driver's side, but he almost got killed. But somebody up there was protecting him. Somebody was looking out for him, even if he wasn't a good steward, able to take care of himself during that time. Somebody upstairs did. That's really cool. Almost died. There's just so many almost dieds. I love those stories. Almost fail. It's not just I almost won. It's almost I almost failed, but then that happened. But anyway, I said all that to say, you guys don't be caught up in the almosts, because there's a lot of almosts that happen in life. And yeah, you can focus on the bad things. I could go through my whole life and give you 1,000 plus almost did that, almost whatever, and I don't usually even look back. And right now I can only think of one or two things. I'm not going to go back and look at all those things because there's no reason. I look at things like almost died, almost failed. Those are all good things. And I'm happier for it. I'm happier for not watching the news. I'm happier for being, trying to focus on positive and staying away from the negatives. If the negative starts bringing me down, then look away. I'm not going to look at that stuff. I mean, it's one thing if I need to know something, like if I need to go to the doctor and for them to tell me, I need my ear cut off or some stupid thing. I need to know that. So I can't hide from things, but I can avoid negative things that I don't need to have in my life. Negative people, negative places, negative ideas. I don't need all that in my life. I can be happy just fine with almost entirely positive things. I know sometimes things just happen and it's not, if somebody gets killed in a car accident or something, that's a negative thing, of course. But even then, and I'm going to go out on a limb here, I got to be careful, okay? Even then, most of those types of things, you can still find something good out of it. Something good came out of it. Somebody else in the car almost died or whatever. There's almost always there's an almost and a positive almost. So I'm just encouraging you guys. Well, it's hard for me to talk. First day with my new mouth. It's somewhat hard to focus on the positive all the time. But if you focus on the positive the majority of the time, that'll grow and you'll start focusing on the positive a lot more. No pocus, just no hocus pocus, just focus on the positive. And if you do it in one thing, it'll lead to another thing and another thing and another thing, and pretty soon you'll start seeing the almost positives instead of the almost negatives. Sure, you can look at bad things. Sure, you can be down on yourself or down on people around you or whatever. One thing that I was just recently talking about was churches. You can church hop from now until the day Jesus comes back. That's church hopping is a big thing. A lot of people do it, and church shopping, and there you go. That's some people's life, is they spend their whole life church shopping and church hopping, and I understand that's important sometimes. You have to, because something's going on that you just really need to get out of there, or you feel like God is calling you to a small ministry somewhere else that needs you there, whatever. But in large part, shopping and hopping is because people don't focus on the positive. They only see bad things. Like, well, that pastor shook my hand the other day, but it was a really limp shake. It wasn't a strong, firm handshake, blah, blah, blah. I've heard that one before. That's not even pretend. I heard that one before, that somebody left the church because our pastor didn't shake their hand firmly enough. Thought his heart wasn't in it. So, there's all kinds of things. And you can focus on the negative, or you can focus on the positive. Your family, your friends, your whatever, your work, your church. If you focus on the positive, then the negative things will be clearer to you, number one. Things that need to be worked, like if you need to go to another church or if you need to find another job or whatever, if you focus on the positive, the things that need to be changed will also stand out to you. You know what I mean? So anyway, I said all that. I'm happy I said it, and I love you guys and stuff. So have a great day. Bye.